this winter. In super real 3D. The internet doesn't exist. Nuclear war has begun. There is nowhere to hide. They will find you. Critics are calling it a complete waste of $250 million.
This is the new cocktail-style arcade system I recently assembled for Halloween. I didn't have a lot of time, so I tried to make sure I could assemble this one quickly. The cabinet itself is part of a kit from RecRoomMasters. They run about $300, and it saved me a lot of time from cutting and lumber and stuff. It comes in 2 and 4 players, and you can make your own pre-made controls. In the guts, there's 3 parts. The center part is your PC. I used an ASUS Vivo PC with 4 gigs RAM, 500 gig hard drive, Windows 8.1, and a dual-core Celeron, which is 1.5 gigahertz 64-bit. The controller on the left there, that's an IPAC Ultimate I/O. It helps create fake keyboard presses from the joystick, and allows me to bypass the 6th key limit for traditional keyboards and controllers. It also lets me control 96 LEDs, and some of those you can see I created my own little boards to run. The IPAC ran about $80 or $90, and then the controllers themselves were self-built and ran about $100 total. The cables were extremely cheap, the quality wasn't great, and they fell apart during use. I got those from Ultramark. I ended up cutting those up and basically creating my own. For the software, I'm using Maximus Arcade. The bad news for it is the developer no longer supports the application, but it was the simplest and most robust front end I could find. I tried Hyperspin and found it very painful to download and install, and had a very messy ROM setup. It didn't just let you add ROMs, you had to use specific naming formats. Another project I found was based on a media system and just didn't work. The truth is, Maximus you can reconfigure and set up in a matter of 10 minutes, including emulators and ROMs, versus hours for the others. So in this case, I also, with the IPAC, can do shifting. So you can hold down one button, in this case player 1, and press another button to shift or select a second key set. In this case, I'm able to hold it down and press one button to escape, and hold it down and press another button to press home, which lets me navigate in and out of the emulators and in and out of Maximus. So without any further ado, this is Gauntlet in the NES emulator. Nothing fancy here. This particular one doesn't exactly lay out nicely on the cabinet, but there are some main games you can get and install and set up, which I have, such as Pac-Man, that work well in 2-player. And so that's pretty much it. This is my my little arcade that I put together for Halloween. Something to keep some of the kids busy when they're not out there getting candy. And thank you for your time, and I hope you think about building your own arcade system using something similar.